is Friday evening. It's like 6 o'clock, a little after. And I have had a very long day. I had a field trip with my fourth grade class, the first one of the year, and it was really, really fun. But I'm also very, very tired. But tonight I want to start my magical readathon 24-hour readathon. We'll see how I do. I'm kind of tired and sore and not feeling super motivated to read, but I also really, really need to get caught up because the last week or so I have done very little reading, especially on my Magical Readathon TBR. So, this evening I am going to set aside for nothing but reading, and the first book on my list is Should Read My Quick Read, which I can't remember what prompt that is for. Alchemy, animal studies, astronomy. Maybe it's astronomy. I think it's astronomy is the quick read. And I'm reading Pale Dreamer by Samantha Shannon, who wrote the Bone Season series as well as The Priory of the Orange Tree. And Pale Dreamer is the first novella. It's like the prequel to the Bone Season. So I'm going to be reading that. And I think to kick off this evening, I'm going to read in the bath because my body is very sore from the field trip and from a week of craziness. Also, it's Shark Week, so I'm just feeling generally bleh. But we're going to make the best of it, and we'll see where this evening takes us. So, I am so happy that you're here with me. Thank you for joining me on this journey of Magical Readathon 24-hour reading vlog. We will see how much I can get read in the next 24 hours, and wish me luck.
Child, I know you're hurt and you can't let go. It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. Your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Didn't seem to do you any good. I know you've tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life?
The bath is done, and it was lovely. I feel so much more relaxed and ready to tackle my TBR. When I was in the bath, I read the first 2 chapters of The Pale Dreamer by Samantha Shannon, and it's really interesting so far. It's set in a London that is in 2056, so about 35 years ahead of us, and essentially it's a world where there are clairvoyants, people who can see the dead, I guess, and also control people. I don't really know the full extent. I know that every clairvoyant has similar powers, but some are stronger than others. Some have powers that others are not able to do, and I really don't know anything yet. But I do know that our main character is named Paige, and she is about 16, and she's been welcomed into this underground clairvoyant syndicate because clairvoyants in their society are hung. They are no bueno in this society. They're not allowed to live. And so she has been taken in by one of the powerful gang syndicates that are clairvoyant. And she is on her first mission to capture a poltergeist. And that's about all I know. It's really well written so far. The character building is really interesting and very well done. The writing is, like I just said, very gripping and intriguing, and I am looking forward to diving back in. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and I will check in a little bit. I just finished Pale Dreamer. It is, what time is it? Just about 8:30. And it was really good. It made me really, really, really want to pick up the Bone season. So I'm really excited about that. And in the end, I was reading about the author, and I didn't realize that Samantha Shannon was born the same year that I was, which is really cool. And it said that she started writing when she was 15, which is amazing. So yeah, kudos to her. And I think in my video about the Priory of the Orange Tree, I was really just in awe of her as an author. So I have to say she's probably one of my favorite authors right now. I think she's amazing, and I can't wait to jump into her other works, but I have to because the next book on my list is My Grandmother Told Me to Tell You She Says She's Sorry by Fredrik Backman. I haven't read any of his work yet. He wrote A Man Called Ove, and he has taken the reading world by storm with his very heartfelt novels. So I'm a little scared, but also excited to jump into this book. So that is my next one, and I will update you as I go.
Lying here for too long. I don't know what else to do. I wanna get away from every little thing just to try to make it through. I've been thinking about my options, every detail in my head, but it doesn't really matter, nothing matters, so I cry instead. My breath. I've been trying everything I can, but I ain't got nothing left. I've been staring at the ceiling, I've been staying up all night. Everything I ever worked for vanished in the blink of an eye. I've been asking every question, 'cause I haven't got a clue. Why's it gotta be me? What the hell am I supposed to do? I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything I can, but I ain't got nothing left. And I know there's so much more to this life, but it's hard to see it clearly. Yeah, I try my best, but nothing turns out right. God, I need you now so dearly. 'Cause I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything I can, but I ain't got nothing left. I've been running circles, trying to catch my breath. I've been trying everything I can. I ain't got nothing left. Nothing left. Nothing left.
And so it is now about 8:30 the next morning. I only made it last night until about 9:30 or 10, unfortunately, because I was very, very tired and I actually fell asleep reading on the couch. But I made a fairly decent way into the story. I read about 45 pages into this book. My grandmother asked me to tell you she's sorry. And it's really, really good. It's really heartwarming in the beginning, but also like heartbreaking because, you know, her grandma's going to die. And so you're introduced to this girl. She's 7 years old, but acts more like a fourth grader, more like 10. She is obsessed with Harry Potter, obsessed with comic books. She's very precocious and she doesn't get along with anybody at her school because of that. She's too smart for her age, and so she feels lonely all the time. And her grandma is her superhero. Her grandma is the person that understands and encourages her and is also kind of crazy. Her grandma, in the beginning of the book, learned that a couple of the girls at school had made fun of her and torn her like most valuable possession, which is her Gryffindor scarf. And then in order to distract her from what happened that day, they snuck out of the hospital where her grandmother is staying, and she snuck out of her parents' house, and they went to the zoo in the middle of the night and broke in and got arrested. So her grandma isn't the most responsible of human beings, but she's really trying to like be a person for her. And I just got to the point where they fell asleep together in the bed, and then this girl, what's her name? Elsa, woke up and her grandma was not alive anymore, and it's really sad. I stopped there. I was like, okay, it's sad. I need to go to sleep, and I'm gonna stop there. But this morning it is, I think I said, it's like 8:30. So I am going to continue reading, and hopefully I'll get a good chunk of the way through this book in the next hour, 2 hours, and I will update you as soon as I have anything else to say. I finished it, and it was so sad. It broke my heart, and it made me cry. There's a reason why I've been avoiding this author's work, because I know that it is really, really hard to read and really sad, but also like lovely and wonderful at the same time. And those kinds of books are a lot. They're a lot for me. And so I chose this for, which class was it? For my Magical Readathon. It was my inscription class, which was to learn the glyph strength, which was to read a book that was intimidating to you. And I had originally said it was going to be Enough is Enough about the school shooting, but I chose to do this one because it was equally intimidating. And for good reason. It also filled my tarot TBR, and that was to read a book that had like some devastating event in it. It was for the Tower tarot card, and it was definitely devastating. I kind of hoped that it would be less devastating, but it wasn't. It was so heartbreaking. I was like weeping for a solid 5 minutes. It was so sad. And it's going to take me a minute to recover. But it's done. It gets 5 stars. I mean, unreservedly. The writing was amazing. I loved the character. She was so deep for her age, and I really thought that the use of a character like that who was a child but also like understands more than children usually get credit for was a really excellent way of diving into all of these different characters and all of the traumas and the hurts and the devastations in their lives, and her understanding death and love and conflict and war and all of these like really deep things from like a 7-year-old perspective. And it was so well done, but it hurt. It hurt my heart. So yeah, it's done. And it is now, what time is it? It is now 3 o'clock. And I still have a couple of more hours. I'm going to go hang out with my cousin tonight. So I have a couple of more hours before I have to end my readathon. And I have one final book on my Magical Readathon TBR. The prompt is shape-shifting. And it is the formation of claws, and the prompt for the book is to read a book that has an animal with claws on the cover. I have Shah set aside. It's a middle grade book that features Indian mythology, I believe. India. And it's one that I tried listening to before and didn't really like. I ended up DNFing it just because I don't think I liked the narrator in the audiobook, but I'm going to give it a try physically because I know it's very well loved in the middle grade readers world. And it was an OBOB book a few years ago, and the cover is really cute. And it has a tiger on it, so it has an animal with a claw on it. So I'm going to start this. Try and recover from my potential hangover from the book that I just read. And maybe I can finish my readathon today. Middle grade usually goes quickly, so I might be able to finish this in a couple of hours if I read constantly. So we'll see how it goes. This is Editing Sarah here, just coming back because I realized I never really officially ended my 24-hour Magical Readathon vlog. So I managed to finish 2 whole books during this vlog, and then I started Shah in the End of Time, but I DNF'd it for the second time. I wanted to give it another chance, but unfortunately, I just don't jive with the humor. I don't find it funny, and it tries so hard all the time with that same humor that I just can't get past it. In order to fulfill my final Magical Readathon prompt, which is the shapeshifter forming claws, I am going to read, and I'm in the middle of reading, The Empress of Salt and Fortune, which has a claw coming down on the top of the cover, which I'll put here. So I'm working on that now, but I am going to be talking about the rest of that in a different vlog. So that is it for now. I hope that you guys enjoyed this vlog. It was really fun for me. I love doing 24-hour themed vlogs. If you have any other ideas for what I could do, please let me know in the comments. If you liked it, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel below. And I will see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Yesterday, there was sun in